Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio. It is Thursday. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
All right, now we can get to business. Kansas City Chiefs close out the regular season in Denver against the Broncos. Yesterday during the press conference, it is made official. Coach Andy Reid, Carson Wentz is going to get the start. Possibly other quarterbacks, too.
I wouldn't be surprised if they play everybody on the active roster. I'm a little bit surprised at this but Andy says he knows what he's doing. He's been through this before. But it gives the Chiefs essentially 25 days before their next game. Folks, that's virtually a month before they will play a game. Now, that doesn't mean they won't handle the football. Of course they will. All sorts of practice sessions and so forth, but that still doesn't take the place of the game. However, Andy Reid is a proven veteran. He's one of the winningest coaches in the history of the NFL, says he knows what he's doing, so we'll take him at face value, and Mahomes and probably most of the other regulars will not get to see any action in this game against Denver. Therefore, the Denver Broncos are a 9.5 point favorite. Don't believe it, folks. Don't believe that at all. Kansas City is still a very good football team. We'll see what happens.
Definitely capable, and they are due some rest after having to play 3 games in 10 days.
Yeah, exactly.
NFL, for sure. So at least they get the rest, and we'll see what happens. But again, they got to take care of business against the Broncos on Sunday. Ned Talk starts at 1 p.m. All right, so obviously the Alabama-Michigan game. Let's talk about that first. Crazy, man. Had you picked the Wolverines to beat?
No, I picked Alabama.
I don't think anybody else did either. But
I picked Alabama to win. I thought Alabama had much more speed than Michigan, but Michigan came through. Alabama did not play very well. I don't think they were ready for it. They did have all their regulars in there. Nobody opted out. But the fact is they didn't play Alabama football as such. Maybe that's the nature of the team. They didn't get picked for the playoffs, and as it turns out, they might have gotten routed in the playoffs. But as far as exciting games are concerned, the Peach Bowl in Atlanta yesterday was absolutely outstanding. It was Texas and Arizona State, and Texas looked like they had this game well in hand. And then they're leading 24-8 late in the game. Then all of a sudden, here comes Arizona State, a running back named Cam Scatterbo leading the way. This guy's something else. He's a short, squat, very muscular individual, and I don't know how in the world he survived the beating that he took. I mean, the whole Texas team is after him, throwing him around. He's even throwing up on the sidelines, but still went in and played. And I'll tell you, Arizona State made a great comeback. Texas won the game in overtime, 39-31, but still, it was a terrific comeback. Then the Rose Bowl game, well, that was very, very one-sided. And how about this? The only undefeated team in America is no longer undefeated. Oregon goes down big, 41-21. You might remember, Mike, and you probably don't, but I said on this show that if Ohio State played the way that they played against Tennessee in the first of these playoffs, they would beat Oregon, and darned if they didn't. They were up 34-0 at one time in this game, and then kind of took their foot off the pedal a little bit, but hey, that's a great win. Ohio State's going to be a load to handle.
They definitely will be, and all our prayers and thoughts going to those in New Orleans. They had to postpone the Sugar Bowl because of that incident that happened with the parade and car and stuff.
Yep.
It's just horrible, horrific stuff, Ned. So, of course, the Sugar Bowl was supposed to happen, and then, unfortunately, a horrific incident happened in New Orleans to postpone it. They did it just for safety to make sure nothing else was going to go down, but now it's going to be happening tonight, Georgia-Notre Dame. Your thoughts on this game?
Postponed for 24 hours, and it's also, I might add too, Mike, the Louisiana Superdome. They call it the Mercedes Superdome. They have a new name for it, but whatever. It's also the site of the Super Bowl this year. So all sorts of safety precautions. This is just unconscionable what happened down there. But we'll leave that for the newscasters to talk a little bit about. Georgia and Notre Dame playing tonight. 24 hours later, some of the luster has to have been taken off this game. It's going to be a good game anyway. Even with their star quarterback, Georgia, he's out of the game. Georgia is a very slight favorite over Notre Dame. It'll be a terrific football game. Don't sell the Irish short. They can play football, and their history against Georgia is not very good. But nonetheless, it'll be a Thursday night game. There is no Thursday night NFL game tonight. That wasn't on the schedule. So it's just this one college game plus several others earlier today that will be played, the way they have these things mapped out for TV. Anyway, Georgia and Notre Dame tonight in the Sugar Bowl, and the winner advances to the Orange Bowl, which will be next week. So it'll be a lot of fun. That's what it's all about.
And something else to watch tonight since Thursday Night Football is over, which is good. Missouri State Bears had a tough weekend, and it looks like this week is pretty much the same deal, huh?
Well, they played Valparaiso last night before a few over 2,000 at the Great Southern Bank Arena. Imagine, the Bears shot from the field. They only shot 26% against Evansville and lost. Last night they come out and shoot 58%. 58%. That's firing away with all cylinders, and lost the game. They lost it. Valpo shot 52%. You say, well, how in the world did the Bears lose that one? You know where they lost it, folks? Foul line. Fouls are part of the game. Foul shooting is part of the game. You don't take it for granted. Those are free throws. Free, like F-R-E-E. Free throws. The Bears on the line, 6 for 16. Valparaiso 11 for 15, and that's where Valparaiso won it. Now, the Bears had a chance at the end of the game. Jackson King shot a three-pointer that went in and out, but he was fouled on the play. The Bears trailed 73-71. King gets on there for 3 foul shots. He makes one of them, and the result is a 73-72 loss to Valparaiso. So the Bears are winless in the conference, and they have lost 2 games. Oh, that's a no-no when you lose 2 games in the Valley.
Yeah.
But hey, they'll have to regroup and get out and charge and play some basketball.
Yeah, a lot of season left to be hankering down right now, Ned. Now let's talk about the prep holiday tournaments and how those turned out.
Well, how about Mike Holmes' alma mater sweeping the tournaments? The Kickapoo team and Republic won the boys' blue and gold. That's 2 different divisions. But Kickapoo was a winner in one, Republic a winner in the other. And in the girls' competition, Kickapoo's Lady Chiefs come away with a win, and Fairgrove won the other division. So Kickapoo, that's the pink and white tournament. So Kickapoo gets victories in both of them and trophies for the Kickapoo Trophy case, which is huge.
Definitely is, Ned. Hopefully you have a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you down the road, sir.